Thanks. I'm going to do one more for you and get out of the way. For when you're going to have a great evening tonight. I promise you that. I wish I could share it with you, but family matters are pressing at home. There's some personal stuff going on that is kind of a drag. And shit happens. But Danny, thank you. Thank you for letting me come down and play. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys for being here. Buy a t-shirt, buy drinks, do whatever you can, raise money, because you know what? We can make this go away. I believe it. I believe it in my heart. It may not happen for me because I'm an old motherfucker, but you know what? Some of you guys, hopefully I'll live long enough to go like, you son of a bitch, you got the cure, but I'm glad for you. All right. And speaking of son of a bitches, this last one is going out to a guy that I don't know him personally. We had spoken to each other a few times. I performed a valuable service for him at Palms Playhouse as a impromptu music stand between my ankles and my knees. One of my favorite bands ever of all times, easily in my top 10, if not in my top 5, is a band called NRBQ. Anybody know the Q? Danny does, but Danny knows them all. NRBQ, for those of you that don't know, is probably the proto-indie band. They were a band of 4 guys. It started out as a 5-piece, one guy dropped off. Their core membership lasted over 20 years before one of the guys departed to write songs in Nashville, and then the third guitarist they had joined, and they continued on for another 15, 18 years, something like that. They were a band that was totally dedicated to their craft as songwriters and their craft as musicians. They were offered lots of very lucrative record deals if they would just do what the record companies wanted them to do. And Terry Adams, Joey Spampanato, Al Anderson, and Tony Ardolino all said, you must be fucking kidding me. So if they wouldn't put it out on a major label, they'd put it out themselves. They had a label called Red Rooster that they put out some of their classic albums on. All Hopped Up comes to mind as being a great one. Sunday, Cami Lyle, who is a musician back east and is the girlfriend of Joey Spampanato, who is the bass player of the band and one of the founding members, revealed that he was going in starting Wednesday for a year-long treatment for an undefined cancer. She didn't say what it was. I suspect it's quite possibly his lung cancer because, like I said, I hung around these guys a little bit. I know a little bit what they were. Joey started chemo on Wednesday. He's going to be doing chemo, radiation, and surgery, and that's all in the first 6 months. They are very optimistic themselves. They're keeping their spirits high and like that. But I don't know the link offhand, but Cami Lyle started something akin to a Kickstarter to raise funds. In the first 48 hours, they raised $50,000 towards the medical expenses for Joey Spampanato. And that one, because he's the hero of mine, it doesn't matter who the person is, whether it's somebody close to you or somebody that's kind of you admire or whatever. When people get sick, we all need to rally around them. We all need to be there for them. So, as I ask you tonight to buy a t-shirt for the people that we don't know that we're trying to help out, I also ask you maybe to go on Cami Lyle's Facebook page, find the link, and kick down $5 or $10 for Joey too. And while you're at it, maybe buy any one of the NRBQ catalog that's available on iTunes. It's all there. Pick an album. I guarantee you'll love it. So that said, and I'm going to probably put this section up on Facebook and Periscope in this, and I'll probably put this up, for Cami and Joey. Joey, this one is for you. It's a statement of purpose. You've lived this your entire life, and I hope you live it for the rest of it, and I hope that's a really fucking long time, dude. Well, I never got rich, and
not very well known, but I got a nice guitar and a few rhyming words that I can call my own. And sometimes I play them on a Saturday night to a half-empty bar, 'cause you know these days the money's tight. I had this dream of a big rock and roll show, but there's no more record stores, and I'm drowning in this digital flow. I got a job I don't like very much, but I got a wife and kid and a car and a house and some bills and such. And sometimes I'm haunted by the ghosts of my youth. He says, "You silly old man, don't you understand the cold, cold, hard truth? I had this dream of a big rock and roll show, but they're smaller now, and still somehow I found a place I can go, right here where I can play. Still get to play, still wanna play, still get to play. Sometimes you choose your life, other times your life just chooses you. And all your grand plans seem to wash away like chalk drawings in the rain. So it's not for the money, and there's nothing to show, but I guess I'm still glad that I still have a place I can go, oh, where I can play, still get to play, y'all, still want to play, still get to play. Sing like, whoop, whoop, will do that. Whoop, whoop, will, come on now. Whoop, whoop, will, whoop, whoop, will. I can take these 10 fingers here, put them on my guitar, play this all night. Come on. You thought you were going to get off cheap, didn't you? They can take my car. They can take my house. They can take my soul. But they can never. 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 Or they can never ever. They can never, ever, 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 ever stop. Take my rock and roll. Hey!
Thanks a lot, Warren Bishop. Stay for the whole night. Thank you, everybody. And don't forget, fuck cancer.